Hello, guys, and welcome to OTR's Vantage Point. Thank you for making this part of your day. Do me a favor. Make sure you subscribe, like, share these videos. Go to KelleyDefense.com, Warhog.com, and make sure you check out all the past episodes of On the Range podcast with Warhog Tactical Kelley Defense, as well as the Vantage Point and Warhog Words of Wisdom. Now we're at the end of this weekend. We're going to go ahead and do a wrap-up show, hit some of the news points, a lot of them sports stories, a lot of interesting things, a little bit of comedy and great TV, by the way. But Tom Brady, just to start things off, Tom Brady. Thought we heard the last of him. Nope. Only a few weeks went by after the Super Bowl. It's already been announced that Tom Brady is coming back for his 23rd season. I'm glad. The league's better with him in it. We're not quite there yet. There's a lot of great talent coming in, but we're not quite there yet that we can live without Tom Brady, right? But he's coming back. I'm not sure why. I think a lot of it has to do with how last season ended with that little weasel from ESPN, Adam Schefter, putting it out there before everybody else, before Tom Brady put it out. Bad form, didn't work. Tom Brady's coming back. Adam Schefter, egg on his face. Never liked the guy. He's a weasel. He's a weasel. Don't like him. Deshaun Watson. Turns out, down in Houston, a Houston grand jury came back with a no bill, not indicting him for any of the allegations of criminal wrongdoing. Some of you may or may not remember, but nearly a year ago, last April, 22 women turned out to be, not at first, but 22 women turned out to make serious allegations against Deshaun Watson for sexual misconduct. By the way, this Deshaun Watson story, did an article at KelleyDefense.com. Go check it out. Subscribe. Hit the read button in the menu bar. Check it out. A lot of other good articles in there. Go ahead and respond. Tell me what you think. Now, the civil cases are ongoing, but the criminal cases are done. So now the trade wars start. Already seeing news stories. Carolina Panthers playing hard to get Deshaun Watson to come down to North Carolina. That came out almost immediately. I think back at the beginning stages of the controversy with Deshaun Watson and these allegations. Now, the criminal cases are over, but the civil cases are still there. Despite that, people are trading for him hard. Deshaun Watson, who got paid and sat out all last year, asked for a trade. It's going to happen. I think Carolina is a big one. I'm sure Tennessee probably put in for some conversations, but definitely Carolina, I think, is the front runner. So we'll see what happens. We'll keep you posted on that. But the criminal cases are over for Deshaun Watson. No bill found for the criminal grand jury. Naomi Osaka was heckled at the BNP Paribas Open on this past Saturday. Now, she needs some serious mental help. And there's nothing wrong with that. People struggle. They need help getting through struggles. But this young tennis player is really having some problems controlling her emotions, brought herself to tears because she was heckled. Now, the biggest thing about this is, why isn't she really pursuing some mental health and still playing tennis? If she cannot compete without someone saying something and her breaking into tears, then she needs to address that first. That's just my opinion. I hope nothing but the best for her. Hope she can figure this out. She looks like a fantastic tennis player, but she needs to address that first. And the second thing is, how do you achieve this level of competition without having a little bit thicker skin? I don't know. I don't know all about her, but it just seems odd to me. So we'll keep an eye on that. The last sports story that I want to talk about is, I saw this right before I was coming on here. I didn't pay that much attention this weekend, had some things to do, had some family in town. Colin Kaepernick, he's back at it, saying he wants to play in the NFL now. Come on. Come on, guys. Don't fall for it. I hope the NFL doesn't fall for it. Colin Kaepernick releases a video of him working out, running some seven-step drops, rolling out, throwing. He looks like you think he would look. He doesn't look like a starting or even backup active quarterback in the NFL. He doesn't look like it. You can see the writing on the wall. What's going to happen here? We all know. No one's afraid to say it except for your boys here. Your boys here at OTR. Go check out all the past episodes. You'll know what I'm talking about. Of On the Range Podcast, Warhawk Tactical, Kelley Defense. We speak the truth. It's not going to happen. He's doing it for buzz. He took a shellacking on his Netflix special. Didn't go the way he thought. He probably made a boatload of money from Netflix, but no one likes it. You don't hear nothing about his little TV series now. But he has no interest in being back in the NFL. He couldn't make it several years ago. He was a great talent. But most people can't maintain that level of athletic prowess for that long. You can't do it, especially if you really don't want to be there. If you're thinking about other things, you got to have your head in the game to compete at that level, and he just didn't. He was a great quarterback. Now he's not. He's not going to make it back in the NFL. But the thing about it is, he wants to come back to the NFL after he called almost everything about it racist and comparing the combine to slavery. Why would the NFL want to have anything to do with it? And I'll tell you why. You're going to hear it first here, friends. They're afraid. They're afraid of if they don't do something. They're afraid if they do something. You just got to tell the man no. You got to tell the man no. He can show up like everybody else and try out just like anybody else. But that's not what's going to happen. They're going to set up a big event, big media event. Everybody's going to show up, except for Colin Kaepernick. He's not going to show up. He'll change something else. He won't get put on a team for whatever reason or never even be considered, but he's going to call it racism. If the NFL falls for that, then I can't help him. I just can't help him. So we'll see what happens. He put it out there, man. It's crazy. Now, the biggest story of the week, in my opinion, because I thought it was one of the most entertaining, Jussie Smollett had his sentences handed out to him. You talk about great TV, friends. Awesome TV. So Mr. Smollett was found guilty a few months ago. His sentencing was Friday. Shows up late, by the way. Shows up late to his own sentencing. That in itself shows that he has absolutely no respect for the court. No respect for anybody. The judge spoke for nearly an hour talking about this case and how he felt that it was very damaging to the city and true victims of hate crimes. True victims of hate crimes. Now, everybody in the world knows that he lied. The people that he conspired with to make this happen said that it was a lie. Don't hear a whole lot of the people who supported Jussie. Can't fault them too much because they really believed that he was telling the truth. But once they did, they should have come out and said something. They didn't. They're all cowards. That's fine. So the judge speaks nearly an hour before handing down the sentence, which he does. 30 months of probation, nearly $150,000 of fines, some of which include restitution back to the Chicago Police Department for all the work they had to do with the multiple lies. Remember when he went on ABC and they gave him a platform? Remember all that? Yeah. Everybody remembers it. And then at the very last part of the sentencing, he said one more thing. The first 150 days is going to be served in custody at the Cook County Jail. Bang. Unbelievable. It was like he pulled the rug right out from, it looked like all the blood in his face left went down to his feet, and he had this monumental outburst when they escorted him out. He walked like a man out. I'll give him his props. But as he's walking out, he's indicating, because he's going to be in constant watch custody, that he's not suicidal. And if something happens to him, he didn't do it to himself. He didn't pull a Jeffrey Epstein. If something happens to him, he didn't do it to himself. It was a great outburst. And then, of course, his followers and his supporters, which, hey, you know what? They support the guy and they believe the guy. They started posting a bunch of stuff on his IG, but it was unbelievable. Great TV, but that was a big story. And, yeah, he was sentenced 150 days in Cook County Jail. I'm sure he won't. He'll be okay. They'll bring him his food. He'll write his some memoirs or something, and someone will buy his book, or his script, like Netflix. Someone will buy it, pay him a boatload of money. He's going to be just fine. But he was found guilty. And another interesting thing, Lori Lightfoot, of course, the city of Chicago has been vindicated. No, that's not what you said beforehand, Lori Lightfoot. But again, I digress because everything she does is a disaster. Hey guys, tell us what you think about this take. Like, follow, subscribe. Give us a 5-star rating. Interact with the page. Make sure you share and like all these videos and audios. And don't forget to visit warhog.com and kelleydefense.com. If you want to support the shows, all the OTR universe, go to patreon.com/On the Range Podcast. Again, that's patreon.com/On the Range Podcast. Great content, early access, promo codes, Zoom calls with Rick and I. Go support the show, join one of our tiers, have a lot of fun, and get some no BS training. Hey guys, go out there and have a great week. See you soon.